Imagine a world where a single whistle could change the fate of a league. Sounds dramatic, right? Well, within the world of the WNBA, this scenario is not only possible but is unfolding as we speak. Caitlyn Clark and Paige Becker, two of the biggest names in women's basketball, were meant to headline an epic showdown that had spectators buzzing. With 2.1 million people tuning in, expectations were sky high. But instead of a display of pure talent on the court, viewers were treated to something far less spectacular, a symphony of missed calls. It seemed as though the referees misplaced their whistles, leaving both players and fans frustrated and in disbelief. The unexpected twist: the media didn't stay silent this time. They brought the heat, fiercely criticizing the officials live on air. The fallout has left WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert in an uncomfortable spotlight, sparking debates nationwide about potential reforms. Is this the moment when longstanding issues might finally see change? This brings us to the engagement spark. What's your take? Could the fate of an entire league rest on the accountability of its officiating staff? Drop your thoughts below. We want to hear what you think. Meanwhile, let's break down the events that aren't just a sideshow but a significant catalyst for what could be the league's transformation. First, we dive into the intense game season where referees have seemingly been at odds with accuracy. Unlike any other professional sports season, the WNBA's officiating has become notorious for its inconsistency. Fans, players, and coaches are all coming to terms with the reality that each whistle, or lack thereof, can dramatically influence outcomes. It's almost like watching a suspense thriller with an unreliable narrator. And why does this matter? Because Caitlyn Clark, a pivotal player, finds herself entangled in these controversies, her every move scrutinized as if her career and the league's reputation depend on it. In an attempt to dissect what's happening on the court, let's consider a particular game that has left fans talking. During a crucial matchup, Caitlyn faced fierce competition. Yet what stole the spotlight was not her ability to maneuver past defenders, but the blatant oversight of multiple fouls. As she dribbles down the court, every bump and grab is a microaggression that goes unanswered. Physicality is expected, but when did it pivot to actions that could endanger a player's career? Rebecca Lobo, an observer and critic of the sport, being visibly aghast, compared it to grading a test handed in by someone who didn't even bother to show up for the lessons. Her expressions and words echo the sentiments of fans who have long tired of seeing talent overshadowed by poor officiating. It's not just criticism. It's a call to action to rectify what many consider systemic negligence. And as if the officiating controversy wasn't enough, we venture directly into the heart of tactical adjustments being made across teams. There's an unsettling discourse shared by players like Paige Becker, forced to adapt their defense strategies to this new normal. She openly discusses needing to relearn aspects of the game, such as defending with more physicality, essentially rewriting defensive playbooks to align with what the evolving WNBA seems to encourage rather than discourage. Such adaptations have consequences, not just for the sport but for its stewards. And now we're seeing players like Caitlyn adapt off the court as well. Known for her unparalleled endurance, she faces a season where injuries have sidelined her more than ever before. Speculation whispers whether building more muscle altered her shooting mechanics, leaving many pondering if she can maintain her prowess. Meanwhile, fans grow restless. Conversations escalate from supportive undertones to demands urging Caitlyn to perhaps sit out, a protest not just for her well-being but to spotlight how integral she is to the league's success. Isn't it ironic how both praise and indifference can create the same outcome, a void that the WNBA may struggle to fill? As this narrative unravels, the score isn't simply about the games but about the sustainability of a league caught in the crosshairs of change. It's about whether the community surrounding the WNBA, players, coaches, commissioners, and fans alike, are prepared to face these challenges head-on. Because amid riveting games and spectacular rivalries lies the core of what sports truly represent: integrity, passion, and an unyielding pursuit of fairness. As Caitlyn Clark continues to recover, she represents more than just potential ratings or game stats. Her journey is synonymous with reigning hope and possible redemption for a league caught in its fiercest battle yet. Are you ready to witness it as the narrative unfolds? The WNBA finds itself on the precipice of change, navigating a landscape rife with expectations and controversy. Caitlyn Clark, once lauded for her resilience and skill, is now emblematic of a larger battle, a battle against the inconsistencies that have plagued the league. Her injuries not only sideline her talents but symbolize the fragility of a system under strain. Fans of the league grapple with a difficult question: can a singular oversight jeopardize a player's career and the league's reputation simultaneously? In examining the broader consequences, it's evident that the pervasive issues of officiating are rippling through the WNBA's community. Frustration brews not only among players, but also among coaches who find themselves instructing their teams to adapt to an altered style of play, one that embraces physicality as a necessity rather than an option. This systemic shift is not confined to individual games, but threatens the very essence of competitive balance. One can't ignore how these narratives intertwine with player strategies. Like a chess game where the rules subtly change mid-match, teams like the Indiana Fever find themselves in constant recalibration mode. The player's skills are juxtaposed against a backdrop where rules seem at times arbitrarily enforced. Such unpredictability impels veteran coaches to implore their proteges to acclimate to an evolving pace and resilience that tiptoe along a fine line between aggression and skill. This brings us to the dialogue spreading through fan forums and social media platforms, where passionate discussions explore the intersection of fan loyalty and expectations. Engaging questions emerge from every debate. Is it time for the league's administration to heed the collective voice, advocating for authentic reform? Will these efforts place player safety and sportsmanship back on center court where they belong? Fans, knowing that their idols are human, grapple with the dissonance of supporting a sport marked by frailties. They want to stand by their leagues but detest seeing those leagues operating in ways that might imperil their stars. The call to action becomes louder with each shared highlight or critique, signaling a collective desire for progress. Peering into the league's future requires addressing these core issues head-on, propelled by insights from past missteps. The players themselves are not just athletes, they are vital voices in shaping how sports evolve. Caitlyn's saga, marked by resilience amid setbacks, symbolizes the hope that change is indeed possible. Her return could ignite not just a spark of brilliance, but a robust dialogue about what it means to ensure fairness and integrity in sports. As we consider the macro view, the implications extend far beyond individual teams or singular games. Networks, sponsors, and investors also keep a watchful eye, understanding that the league's path forward could redefine its future viability. So, as the WNBA braces for expansion and growth possibilities, it must reckon with its own shortcomings and adjust accordingly. Efforts to mitigate these challenges could mean overhauling officiating standards, pivoting to NBA-style consistency, and embracing an inclusive dialogue with players, no longer as secondary stakeholders but as essential collaborators. As this movement grows, a parallel anticipation builds. Will the commissioner, now in the hot seat, steer the league toward resolution? And as the echoes of each game's season build into a crescendo that cries for reform, once again, we ask, is this the moment we remember not just for the games played, but for how pivotal change finally began? With every decision, action, and shared vision, hope persists. The WNBA, fortified by its community and its luminaries like Caitlyn Clark, stands ready to redefine itself, ensuring that the essence of the sport remains a bastion of integrity and inspiration. Ultimately, these persistent efforts highlight that this is not merely a battle of whistles, but a challenge to sustain the heart of women's basketball for generations to come. As the WNBA finds itself at this crucial juncture, the story continues to be one of resilience and transformation, a tale as gripping as any showdown on the court. Caitlyn Clark becomes more than a player. She's a symbol of transition, embodying both the struggles and aspirations of the league. While the officials' bullseye may dominate discussions, this narrative opens broader conversations about the essence of fair play and sportsmanship. The league's stakeholders must draw lessons from these past seasons, in which the scales of justice seemed imbalanced. Acknowledging the depth of the issue is the first step, a thread pulling on the fabric of trust between the league and its audiences. As fans reminisce about past glories, they simultaneously look ahead, yearning for an era where oversight doesn't overshadow talent and passion isn't muted by controversy. Infused with these sentiments is a demand for meaningful engagement. The viewers, players, and patrons of the sport become vital agents for change. How can authentic dialogue reshape the future of the league? What does it mean to truly align with the core values that have defined the sport for decades? Only by answering these questions can the WNBA chart a viable course for the future. This evolving dialogue finds itself at the crossroads between tradition and innovation. New strategies emerge for nurturing talent and ensuring player safety, vital ingredients for a league on the precipice of a potential renaissance. Commissioners have a rare opportunity to leverage this momentum, not only by making administrative adjustments or enforcing new standards, but by forging a genuine partnership with the players. As the league navigates these evolving dynamics, it strives to create an ecosystem where players are not just participants but co-creators of their legacy. The renewed commitment to fair play and nurturing talent must be more than rhetoric. It should echo through every dribble, every pass, and every point scored on the court. Certainly, the players' personal narratives must be woven into the grand tapestry of the league's transformation. Caitlyn's return to the court, amidst cheers and expectations, carries with it a weighty significance. Her journey reminds us all that beyond the spotlight lies the essence of what makes sports enchanting, the relentless pursuit of excellence. Her resilience can inspire a model of adaptability for the league and its participants. Just as players adjust their playstyle due to varied officiating, the league must also recalibrate, consistently upholding the principles that underpin competitive integrity. This isn't merely about fixing past errors, but crafting a blueprint for sustainable success. The unseen forces that impact the league's interactions widen to include media partners and sponsors. Their strategic involvement becomes pivotal as they support and cultivate stories that go beyond mere statistics and highlight character, sportsmanship, and true competition. Their alliances will help bridge the past and future, providing a platform upon which the league can thrive. With these collective efforts, the WNBA looks ahead, casting its gaze forward to championships and narratives yet to unfold. In this make-or-break period, change catalyzed by proactive initiatives could fortify its standing not just as a sport, but as a movement. Caitlyn Clark and others like her exemplify this spirit, a beacon as the WNBA steers toward this new dawn. The path won't be simple, but in challenges lie opportunities for innovation and growth. With each victory and each setback, the WNBA sets the stage for what's truly at stake, the opportunity to redefine not just the league itself, but the very nature of how sports can influence cultural discourse. There's an undeniable power in this vision, for it showcases the extraordinary potential of athletes and organizations ready to embrace growth and the boundless future ahead. Amid challenges and triumphs, the league and its community are not just welcoming change, they are crafting it, setting the stage for a future where their narratives resonate deeply far beyond the court. In this high-stakes arena where every decision ripples through the fabric of the WNBA, the league must confront its challenges with resolve. The narrative around Caitlyn Clark is not just about one player's unenviable injury streak, but rather a reflection of the pressures under which athletes must perform today. Her tale serves as a mirror for the league to reflect upon its practices, cultures, and the structural changes desperately needed to prevent such crises from recurring. The focus broadens as we consider how the league's heritage and potential future intersect. The WNBA has long been a symbol of progress in women's sports, championing equality and providing a platform for incredible athletic talent. Yet the current climate demands introspection. As new fans tune in, there's an unspoken contract that the league will honor the spirit of competitive fairness and that games remain spectacles of talent, not marred by controversy. Caitlyn's successive setbacks highlight a compelling lesson: the need for vigilance in safeguarding players' well-being rigorously. Conversations on social media, fan forums, and even in casual gatherings have been fertile grounds for discussions. Fans are not merely passive consumers, they are active participants in shaping the league's trajectory. The community's outcry signals a profound engagement that extends beyond loyalty to the players themselves. It's an implicit demand for a revised standard of excellence, not just on the court, but across all facets of the league's operations. Imagine a WNBA where the word consistent truly means unwavering integrity in every match refereed. This consistency must echo in every department, from how media partners highlight the players to how sponsors strategically build campaigns. Tellingly, the WNBA's ability to tackle these challenges will hinge on embracing a collective ethos, a fellowship forged between athletes, administrators, and the audience alike. From the perspectives of players, coaches, and fans, this cooperation is pivotal. Thoughtful adjustments in officiating, guided by insights gathered over years of introspection and analysis, could mark the dawn of a revitalized era. It's a call for the league to not only respond to current concerns, but to preemptively address those that loom on the horizon. Solutions demand creativity and courage, but the prize, a transformed and thriving league, is worth it. The WNBA's resilience will ultimately stem from its willingness to adapt and grow, from maintaining open dialogues with athletes like Caitlyn Clark to fostering environments where fans feel heard and valued. Such efforts will ensure the league not only survives but thrives, shifting from survival mode to forging a legacy that future generations will admire. In closing, this journey of transformation is not just a defensive maneuver, but an assertive step into what could be the beacon of progression in sports. It will require visionaries willing to break norms and thinkers ready to confront uncomfortable truths. The small changes in rule enforcement, strategic partnerships, and player safeguarding can forge paths previously untraveled. As we look to the future, every action today is a seed planted for tomorrow's harvest. With Caitlyn Clark as both inspiration and cautionary tale, the WNBA stands on the threshold of extraordinary possibilities. It's a story still being written, a narrative that promises excitement, harmony, and perhaps a renaissance in the world of women's basketball. Remember, this narrative is not just about obstacles, but opportunities for brilliance. The league's odyssey continues with eyes set firmly on becoming a paragon of excellence through every dunk, whistle, and victory. It's about pushing boundaries, daring to reimagine what's possible, and stepping boldly into a future where every stakeholder thrives together. That's the promise of the WNBA, and it's one the league cannot afford to break. As we delve deeper into this transformative era for the WNBA, the conversation expands beyond just the immediate challenges, touching on broader themes of resilience, evolution, and empowerment. It becomes clear that the league's evolution is not just a reaction to its current struggles, but a proactive journey towards redefining its very foundation. At the heart of this transformation are the players, who continue to push boundaries and break new ground, embodying the league's core values. Caitlyn Clark's story serves as a catalyst, a poignant illustration of how personal adversity and triumph can elevate a collective cause. Her journey underscores the importance of adaptability and strength in the face of challenges, rallying fans and fellow players to unite in pursuit of a common goal. This level of engagement is rare yet necessary, forging a sense of community that transcends individual accolades or fleeting victories. The WNBA's development into a more inclusive and forward-thinking league will hinge on its ability to address and integrate these diverse narratives. Each player's story, marked by dedication, perseverance, and passion, deserves a platform that not only celebrates their achievements but also acknowledges the obstacles they overcome. This holistic approach to storytelling ensures that the league remains relatable, with characters and scenarios that resonate with a wide audience. Meanwhile, the influence of external factors such as media, sponsorships, and fan involvement shouldn't be underestimated. As the league navigates its newfound spotlight, it must harness these relationships to amplify its message and sustain its momentum. Media partners play a crucial role in crafting authentic portrayals of the league and its players, moving away from sensationalism to highlight genuine talent and hard work. Sponsorships, too, can drive innovation, supporting initiatives that elevate the league's brand and broaden its appeal. At this pivotal time, the Commissioner's office must also step up, championing strategic reforms and ensuring accountability at every level. This leadership will be instrumental in fostering an environment where the emphasis is on integrity and equity, values that echo through every decision on and off the court. By prioritizing fairness and transparency, the WNBA can build a legacy that not only befits the current generation of players, but also sets the stage for future stars. In this dynamic landscape, the league's adaptability will be its greatest asset. Whether it's innovating the gameplay, refining officiating standards, or redefining engagement strategies, each step forward marks progress that will be celebrated by fans and stakeholders alike. The WNBA must harness this moment of change to solidify its position as a leading force in women's sports, a beacon of excellence and empowerment. Looking ahead, the league's path is filled with opportunities to inspire and lead. As Caitlyn and her peers continue to shine on the court, they remind us of the enduring spirit of competition and camaraderie that forms the basis of sports. Through their individual and collective contributions, the WNBA can emerge stronger, a testament to the power of resilience and vision. Together, the league's community will continue to chart new territories, exploring new possibilities and embracing challenges along the way. This journey is far from over, but with each step, the WNBA reaffirms its commitment to growth and change, ensuring that its impact extends well beyond the parameters of play. This is not just a new chapter in the WNBA's story. It's a foundation for the future, built on the dreams and determination of those who dare to challenge the status quo and redefine what is possible. As the rain poured down relentlessly that evening, the small room was filled with the soft murmurs of anticipation and flickering candlelight that danced upon the walls, casting shadows that seemed to whisper secrets of the past. Emma sat quietly on the velvet cushioned chair, her eyes drifting over the worn photographs scattered across the wooden table. Each face she saw told a story, each smile a whisper of days gone by. She reached for the photograph nestled in the corner, its edges frayed and the colors faded from time. It was a picture of her grandmother's garden party, the last one before everything changed. The photograph captured the moment perfectly, the wide-brimmed hats casting playful shadows, the clink of glasses raised in joy, and the peals of laughter that seemed to transcend time. Emma's thoughts were interrupted by a soft cough from across the room. Jason stood by the doorway, a slight smile tugging at his lips. He held a small box in his hands, wrapped in paper that was crinkled with age but carefully maintained. It was a ritual they had shared since they were children, opening a memory box every year on this very date. Emma sighed contentedly as she gestured for him to join her. He settled into the chair across from her, placing the box between them. She lifted the lid gently, revealing treasures from their past, letters, trinkets, and mementos that spoke of summers spent in blissful freedom, of autumns wrapped in burnt orange hues. Together, they began to sift through the contents, reminiscing about each artifact's significance. There was the tiny seashell from their first seaside adventure, the frayed friendship bracelet that symbolized their unbreakable bond, and a slightly crumpled ticket stub from the night they saw the stars align at the observatory. Each item sparked a memory, igniting laughter and nostalgia, weaving their shared history into the present moment. As the evening wore on, Emma reached for the final envelope, its paper soft and delicate as spider silk. Inside was a letter from their grandfather, penned in his familiar scrawl, filled with words of wisdom and love that transcended the years. They read the words aloud, letting them hang in the air like an incantation, binding them to their roots while urging them forward into whatever the future held. Emma closed the box with a satisfied sigh as the rain continued to drum its steady rhythm against the window panes. The room felt warmer now, filled with the echoes of love and laughter. Jason took her hand, and they sat in companionable silence, letting the memories envelop them like a soft, comforting blanket. The night grew deeper, a tapestry of stars woven across the sky, and they knew that wherever life would lead them next, they would always carry with them the echoes of the past and the unyielding bond of family and friendship that had guided them this far.